welcome back, dear viewers. You're still watching The Breakfast Show live on Nile TV International. And first of all, we'd like to apologize for not introducing our second segment for today because our guest for this segment has apologized for unforeseen circumstances. And we're going to be shedding light on an important announcement by the IMF and that the International Monetary Fund has said that Egypt's economic growth rate has maintained its positive outlook, and it's predicting it to reach 5.9% by the end of the fiscal year 2019 and 2020. And to shed more light on this topic and the statement made by the International Monetary Fund, we're most delighted to be joined over the phone by Dr. Youmn Hamaky, and she's a professor of economics at Ain Shams University. First of all, good morning, doctor.
Good morning, Karim.
Doctor, first of all, in light of the statements made by the IMF predicting a positive and maintained outlook of the Egyptian economy, if you can tell us about your opinion about the statements made by the IMF and the economic performance or the progress of the Egyptian economy.
Yes, Karim, we all know that Egypt has been through a successful program of economic reform, and Egypt has benefited from $12 billion extended facilities from the IMF, in which during the last period, 3 years of economic reform, the IMF, they had several visits to Egypt and monitoring economic situations, specifically regarding macroeconomic indicators. And the most important challenges that have been addressed regarding the macroeconomic stabilization, they were the budget deficit. We all know that Egypt suffered from severe budget deficit, and this can be, reviewed by referring to the deficit regarding or in comparison with GDP, and at the same time, the deficit regarding, the deficit can be reviewed that this period has witnessed significant improvement in the deficit and how the deficit has been handled, because always the deficit has been reflected on internal debt, severe internal debt, and we all know that this debt affected seriously the economic performance of Egypt. So the IMF during this period, experts of IMF with the responsibles of government in Egypt, they have discussed several performance regarding the economic performance and macroeconomic indicators, and this report is witnessing or mentioning to how extent Egypt has succeeded to achieve macroeconomic stabilization, and this has been reflected on macroeconomic indicators such as the rate of inflation witnessed significant decrease during this period, as well as the rate of unemployment, the deficit regarding GDP, as I mentioned. The importance of such reports are that this is enhancing confidence on the Egyptian economy, international, regional, and local, and I believe this could be a very important introduction to having Egypt as a very important, a place for attracting foreign direct investment, since we have unexploited resources and very high potentialities of profitable projects that can be done specifically in IT, in the industrial sector. We are importing yearly $33 billion as complementary products. This could be produced at Egypt. Besides, nowadays we have large areas of Egypt with a new law of investment having several incentives to attract foreign direct investment, as well as the potentialities of the public sector companies opening the door for private-public partnership and the human resources. You know, Karim, Egypt is well endowed with human resources. Despite that, we're still talking about that we need to upgrade our skills. The very important issue about that, and I am witnessing it as a professor in university, that you know, our workforce and our human resources, they need very short period to be upgraded, and when you address them properly, you can have you know, extraordinary results, and I believe this can make a difference for foreign direct investment, taking into consideration the political situation and the challenges confronting the Middle East.
Right. Good morning, Dr. Hamaky. And my second question to you is, if you would like, as a professor of economy and political science, you could shed the light over the importance of the new mega projects like the new capital or the new administrative city and the new Alamein, as in the sense of investment opportunities and business opportunities, Gulf-wise or foreign investment.
Good morning. Actually, regarding El Alamein, we used to have the North Coast area. We invested billions of Egyptian pounds in this area. Still, the major challenge about it is that we are using this area just for few months, you know, as we all know. What the aim of having El Alamein is to enhance investment during the whole year, and this may open opportunities for nowadays in El Alamein. We are going to have universities, we are going to have you know, industrial, agricultural projects, and this is going to open the door for, you know, the people living there. We have, you know, the people living in Alexandria and across all these areas till Istalum. We have poverty, we have high rate of unemployment. So opening opportunities for investment and opportunities of job, El Alamein is trying to do that by the diversification of economic activities, but by exploiting resources during the whole year, and by even, you know, adding to the value added for these investments that have been done for the last period.
Right.
Yes, Dr. Youmn Hamaky, Professor of Economics, Ain Shams University. Thank you so much for your insight, and thank you so much for being with us on The Breakfast Show.
You're welcome.
And dear viewers, by this, we come to the end of today's episode of The Breakfast Show. Just a quick recap. We talked about the recyclable and the efforts of the Ministry of Environment to have a healthy recycling procedures implemented nationwide. And we also talked about the IMF praising the economic performance of Egypt and that it's on the right track. Dear viewers, you're in the company of myself, Karim Jamaluddin, and Dina Hussein.
Thank you very much. My pleasure, Karim. And until we see you again, once again, tomorrow morning, that's a goodbye.